a family-friendly hoax. I'm Rebecca Lieb.
I'm Jason Horton.
And this is Ghost Town.
Years ago, millions were glued to their TVs, watching as this giant balloon drifted across the Colorado sky.
A search is underway for a 6-year-old boy who may or may not have climbed into a homemade helium balloon.
On October 15th, 2009, the 24-hour news cycle was in full effect, covering a homemade silver helium-filled balloon that looked like a UFO floating around the Fort Collins area of Colorado. Richard and Mayumi Heen sent the balloon into the skies, then called 911 to report that their 6-year-old son, Falcon, was trapped in the balloon. So the National Guard was called. They followed the balloon that maxed out at about 7,000 feet for 90 minutes and 50 miles until it landed 15 miles from the Denver airport, which is one of our earliest episodes.
Oh, yes.
Is there a connection? No.
Of course there is.
But we'll make. Yeah.
I won't tell it or find it.
Huge surprise, their son Falcon was not in the balloon.
Falcon flew.
But the problem is that somebody claimed, of course, that they saw something fall from the balloon, which everyone lost their mind.
Yes.
The search continued. Surprise, surprise, no result. And a few hours later, Falcon came out from hiding in the attic.
Yeah, I was going to say he was just asleep or something, like some very benign. But they were like, no, go hide in the attic. We're using your self for something.
Yeah, we're using the endangerment of children in order to... Well, we'll find out why they did this.
Yeah.
Because he's only 6, so it's, the ownership isn't really on him.
No, he's just doing what his horrible parents tell him to.
When Falcon was interviewed by Wolf Blitzer, he said that his father had told him they were doing it to get a reality show.
Okay.
And I guess they thought, this crime will do it.
Also, just like, a reality show, like, one thing doesn't make they're not going to give you a reality show because you faked your 6-year-old son in a balloon. Like, that's not what, that's like maybe a clip. Maybe on a clip show or something. It's not going to give you, I don't know what you thought.
At best, maybe a short documentary.
At very, very best. I mean,
like,
at best, the Wolf Blitzer interview. Yeah. Like, honestly, they achieved what they should have achieved.
It's like, hey, yeah, I called in a bomb threat, but I did it to get my own reality show about how I can't find love.
Hello. Yeah, that's insane. Misguided.
And so the Heens were arrested for the hoax, and it cost $47,000 to do this search with the helicopters and the people.
They're like, don't worry, you can be in my reality show.
The Heens were arrested for the hoax and $47,000, and then the FAA imposed an $11,000 fine on top of that because the airport traffic in the location of the Denver airport. They had, I'm sure if you were sitting on the ground going, why aren't we taking off or why can't we land?
This balloon.
It's because this, idiot family, which seems like it's, more the father than the mother, wanted a reality show.
Yeah, don't worry. If you're annoyed by this, you can just be on his reality show. The FAA, anyone waiting at the Denver airport, you all get to be a part of it. It will be so much fun.
And what reality shows were like big in 2009. I know probably a lot of the MTV and Survivor, I guess.
Yeah, Survivor, Big Brother was really big then. I think the VH1s, your Rock of Loves, your Flavor of Loves, your Tila Tequilas, all those, I guess. Yeah. Not one of them are a balloon hoax reality TV show.
The judge decided it was clearly a planned event done for the purpose of making money, and it was exploitation of children, exploitation of the media, exploitation of the emotions of the people. And they were both sentenced to jail, actually, and got 4 years probation, 100 hours community service, and then paid a restitution of $36,016. So in court, Richard Heen, you watch videos of him and he's an idiot. I know I don't really get that like heated
You don't
about
get,
something.
yeah. You before we started this episode, you were like, "I actually hate this family." I don't think you've ever said that.
I don't, you know,
With
I
any
hate is
episode
a
we've
strong
done.
word. I strongly dislike at least the father.
Yeah,
The kid, he didn't know, whatever. And the wife seems to really not looking to milk this 15 minutes. And we've been talking a lot about a lot of documentaries and how the thirst and attention to be attached to something is a driving force.
Yeah,
and,
it's
and
a
once
drug.
it's done, once this is, then what is next? Like, what do you do next
Yeah.
after that? After you have duped people into our son being trapped somewhere, like, it's not like, oh, we'll just go on to the next thing.
no, that's what I was saying too. You really only get one chance to attach yourself in that way, and then you're done. You will always be known for that. So like this family, I mean, at least the father will really only, I mean, Falcon may have a life outside. You know, you grow up, you kind of detach, but at this point, these adult parents will always just be these adult negligent parents.
So in court, Richard, the father, he denied it was a hoax and still does. He's still
Can take this to his grave?
absolutely,
Okay.
you know,
Okay.
this is the hill he's dying on. He agreed to plead guilty to attempting to influence a public servant, which is a felony, and to prevent Mayumi from being deported. Mayumi, who allegedly confessed the whole thing was a stunt, pleaded guilty to a misdemeanor charge of false reporting.
She's like, can we cut the shit?
Yeah, come on, Richard,
for
get a
God
job.
fucking sakes, yeah.
Richard served 90 days in prison starting on January 11th, 2010, and Mayumi served 20 days after his sentence ended. When Richard reported to jail, he choked back tears and said, this is according to ABC News, what would be nice is if the media could actually go, yeah, Richard's got a point, he said, but it's so biased. The media continues on with the same narrative.
Oh. The
That
narrative-
I told the lie that I actually told.
Yeah. I am pissed off that you don't believe my lies.
Yeah, I tried to make a buck
This is
off my
your
kid.
problem. Biased media. I'm trying to start a reality show here, okay? Will everyone just sit down?
Yeah, it's like you're so slanted towards the truth
Jesus.
when you could just be slanted towards the lies.
Yeah, towards me and my career that is nothing. Okay, I'm ready to be handcuffed.
Richard Heen said he definitely feels like he still needs to clear his name.
Oh my
AKA,
God.
he's like, I'm still willing to talk about something that happened years ago.
He's a misunderstood hero, this man.
I've lost a lot of opportunities. I've had people contact me about things I invented, and the deal went south. His inventions,
Oh, okay.
you know.
He could have sold a lot of inventions.
Yeah.
But it's the twisted media did not let him thrive. It's like, I've gotten hit up on LinkedIn. I guess I'm president now. Like, fuck off.
Well, he was the inventor of Microsoft, but he named it Microsofts. So he got screwed over on that one.
Microsoft sounds relaxing.
Yeah.
Yeah. He may have a point.
And the deal went south because they find out who I am. Because I will not stop talking about
Yeah,
it.
because they won't shut
What do you mean
up.
find out? You called them.
No, but also you still won't even like own up to it and be like, look, I'm sorry, I tried this thing. It was bad. It was really, really bad. Instead, he's like holding this absurd lie.
The thing that gets me is the media never tells my side of the story.
Oh, I am a white man. What about my side of the story?
He even wears like a shirt in one of these interviews where it's like the balloon is not a hoax.
Oh my God. This
merch.
is like,
He's got merch.
I don't watch a lot of Big Brother, but there is one character on Big Brother that does that where he wears, his name is Boogie, and if anyone watches Big Brother, he wears his own catchphrase. He actually, the guy that he originally was on the show with, he's the godparent of his kid, he started threatening him. In fact, I think he went to jail for it. It sounds like this guy.
At the time, police said the family, who had previously been on the reality show Wife Swap,
Oh boy.
staged the stunt to gain fame and more opportunities. So
If you already didn't get a show off of being on Wife Swap, this is not going to be the thing.
you know how reality shows
Yeah.
work. Why would you think committing a crime, just making people worry about your kid and
And spending money and
Spending money.
resources and all this stuff. It's like, Yeah, this is more obnoxious.
And
now
you
that
hear
I
him
know.
on that 911 call, and it's pathetic because he's, you know, he sounds like, listen, there's some, you know, Mike, and I don't really understand how the balloon thing and how the kid's in the balloon.
Yeah, like a weather balloon, but like how is it floating with a child inside of it? I mean, also those hours up in the attic for the kid, just like you're just sitting there waiting for your horrible parents to call you down to do what? Who knows?
What about Falcon, right? Is what you're thinking?
What about Falcon? Caw.
He's got a band.
No. He has a band?
And one of their, I guess, hit singles is called Balloon Boy, No Hoax. Like, no woman, no cry. But
Falcon's like 20 now, right?
yeah, about there,
exactly.
yeah.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense now.
Do you want to hear a little how it goes?
Are you kidding me? Of course I want to hear that.
It goes, Balloon Boy.